Within that change is going to come the idea of what people perceive beauty to be or what they find attractive. I'm going to make this very simple. All of us who have been putting in the work on ourselves to grow spiritually, you're going to be a magnet for unhealed people. We're going through this shift where people are going to start to become very attracted to those who have put in the work. Some of these people are going to be unhealed. The ones being very attracted to the healed ones, they're going to be unhealed and bringing with them, we could call it low vibrational stuff, but really rather spiritual parasites. If you are a man or even a woman and you haven't anchored yourself enough in confidence and inner security, you will project insecurities onto very good people. What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. So before we get into it, do me a favor, drop a comment, let me know you're here. Engagement really helps the channel. Like the video as well, hype it up. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna play a clip here that shines a light on this thing that's going around the collective sphere, especially as we switch over from Pluto and Capricorn to Pluto and Aquarius, Neptune and Pisces to Neptune and Aries. And this clip is going to show you how some people think. And what I want to say here is, as a evolved masculine here in this space, I just want to let y'all know it's so hard for me to relate to other men because they think so weirdly. So I'm going to play this clip from a rapper, and he's giving his perspective on women, relationships, who you should devote your time to, and all of that. And the reason I'm playing this clip is because it does shine the light on something that I'm aware of that is going on collectively in terms of thought. And I think it could be on both sides, but as a man, I'm here to kind of shine a perspective on that. So let's check out this clip, and then we'll come back and unpack it.
And at the highest level of this shit, bro, it'll break your heart. It will break your heart if you know what's going on. The more levels that you get up, like the women that dudes is wifing to be the 8th girl in an orgy for a lit dude, bro. Like
it's just nasty.
The 8th one. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So that's somebody's bride, but the dude decided like she's gonna be the 8th one I clip.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on in the world, so you gotta focus on yourself, man. Dudes be focused on girls that camp out in the NBA players lobby, bro. And she's just a kill to somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a low level kill, the 8th kill in that orgy.
Damn.
All girl orgy.
All right, there's a lot going on in this clip, and there's a couple different points that I want to touch on. On the first part, I want to use this as a time to say, this is why I love having Leo energy. And one of the reasons why I love having Leo energy is that it makes one confident. Now, how they display this confidence is going to differ. For myself personally, I just say I have an all-around confidence in myself. My Venus happens to be in Leo. And when it comes to love, I'm not insecure like I find most men to be naturally. And the reason that I don't find myself to be so insecure is that I naturally have a confidence in myself that anyone I attract that takes an interest in me, I am going to be more than enough for them because I'm more than enough for myself. I bring that up to say that as, a cultural commentator, someone who holds the position that I do, I'm very well of how the collective thinks and operates. And I want to let you know the bigger message here is that healed people, evolved people, the more healed you become or the more you're able to stand within your light, the more susceptible you actually become to parasites, spiritual parasites. Others will say demons and things like that, but I really want to use parasites in this example because what's happening is that we're going through this shift where people are going to start to become very attracted to those who have put in the work, okay? And what's going to happen is some of these people are going to be unhealed. The ones being very attracted to the healed ones, they're going to be unhealed and bringing with them, we could call it low vibrational stuff, but really rather spiritual parasites. And going back to what he was saying in the clip, if you are a man or even a woman and you haven't anchored yourself enough in confidence and inner security, you will project insecurities onto very good people. So I hope that makes sense. What he was saying in the video is a very real thing, but it doesn't have to be a reality for everyone. So I'm literally shining a light on this to let you know, if you're a man, yeah, be aware that scenarios like that exist, but you got to train yourself to know that anyone you attract is going to be all for you. And then this really goes back to what astrology is all about: knowing thyself, so I can correct thyself and have greater alignment with the things that fulfill me. So, in a very straightforward way, another thing I want to shine a light on here is just staying down on our values and being selective of who we share our energy with. And one of the ways we can gauge it is kind of like this: if someone was living a lifestyle 10 years ago that they're living now, and you know that 10 years ago, they wouldn't have been seeking your type of energy out, right? They didn't value what you were then or what you took time to become. You got to be really selective on whether or not they are worthy to be in your energy now, particularly if you consider yourself healed. Within that change is going to come the idea of what people perceive beauty to be or what they find attractive. I'm going to make this very simple. All of us who have been putting in the work on ourselves to grow spiritually and really correct and unlearn certain patterns and consider yourself healed, you're going to be a magnet for unhealed people. People who are like, oh, I don't want the fake BBLs anymore. I want somewhere more authentic. But I'm here to let you know, these are going to be likely people who haven't done the work. So, in a real straightforward way, y'all, if you're single, unattached, really looking for that ideal mate, you're going to have to take less emphasis on physical attributes and more on like feeling and energy. So, I brought up like this clip also because the dude is a rapper, and I've had to kind of learn this stuff that like people who are like rappers or a certain type of celebrity, when they're outside with their chains and stuff, it's mesmerizing. So someone who kind of knows better might be susceptible to that type of energy. But I just want to remind y'all that there was going to be a time in which they weren't valuing everything that you are or were working on to become. So I really hope this makes sense because I know what I'm saying, and I know the reality of them. I'm gonna reiterate: there are gonna be a lot of unhealed people who we can look at as like parasites trying to attach to people who have done the work. They're gonna say, I'm done with all that Pluto and Capricorn, who got the most status, who could buy my affections on both sides, men and women, y'all. They're gonna be unhealed people coming for your light. And I'm advising you to really have discernment in which who you choose to entertain. So the next thing I want to bring up is that the internet is a living archive. And the more we go into the future and more souls get born, you're going to have souls born whose whole lives are recorded on the internet. I say that to say this: if you're like a younger person and you're dating someone, you're getting to know them, I would just do some due diligence of like who they are on online, or rather who they've been. Because let's give an example. There could be people out there who were like, let's say, racist at one point in time or held a racist ideology. And they may have tweeted about that and did all of that. But then something involving culture and others, they went through a Neptunian phase of like, that's not me. I'm this new identity. And let's say hypothetically, they now date women in which they wouldn't have dated when they held that racist ideology. That still exists within those people. And bringing it back to my topic at hand, when you're really healed and a person is not, and they're actually like pulling at your light, the unhealed parts of them will surface. So, all in all, as we go into the future, we got to be really mindful of the work that we've done on ourselves, who we share this with, and who people are, regardless of what we see at face value. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. Wanted to give this perspective. Let's unpack it. Let me know what you think. Until next time, peace.